am Kenesha Coleman, and I am the Beauty CPA, and welcome to Bookkeeping Essentials. You are in the right place if you are a driven and ambitious beautypreneur who wants to know how to get financially organized, but don't know where to start, okay? You're ready to shed the myth that you are not a numbers person, and you are open and willing to stepping into the CFO role for your beauty business, okay? Today, in this Bookkeeping Essentials course, we're gonna talk about exactly what bookkeeping is. I'm gonna explain to you exactly why it's important for your beauty business, and then we're gonna explore the two types of bookkeeping system that you could use. We're gonna look at the Excel-based bookkeeping system, and then we'll take a glance at a cloud-based bookkeeping system as well. Just in case you don't know who I am, again, I'm Kenesha, the Beauty CPA Coleman, and I am the owner and founder of the accounting firm Coleman Tax. Here at Coleman Tax, we help beauty entrepreneurs gain control over their finances and save them money with CFO and tax services. I am a licensed CPA, an IRS enrolled agent, a certified tax coach, and a board certified credit consultant. So my goal is to help you maximize your profits while paying the least amount of tax possible. So I am a quote person. I absolutely love quotes, okay? And I am going to start out with one from Robert Kiyosaki. Remember, this is the rich dad, poor dad guy, okay? The word accounting comes from the word accountability, right? If you're going to be rich, you need to be accountable for your money. And that's exactly what bookkeeping is, right? I like to keep things very, very simple, right? I am not an overly complex person at all. I like to keep everything as simple as it can be. So when we're talking about what bookkeeping is, it's merely the recording on a regular basis of a company's financial transactions, right? So this is going to be the tracking of all money in and all money out. That's all bookkeeping is. Now, notice keyword on a regular basis, right? We're going to commit to implementing a bookkeeping system within our business. We got to do it on a regular basis for it to be effective, okay? So let's talk a bit about why it's important. Like, what's the big deal, right? Number one, it allows you to take control of your business's finances. Now, I like to say that money, profit, revenue, wealth, none of that is by happenstance. It's not like we get to the end of the year, it's like all of a sudden we have money there. We got to plan for it, especially if we have, big audacious money goals and goals around achieving a certain level of revenue, profit, and ultimately wealth for ourselves. We have to plan for it to happen. We cannot leave it up to happenstance. And one of the most important tools and essential tools that we need to do that is the bookkeeping. We got to be tracking all the money that we're making in and all the money that we're spending, okay? That goes into my second point. It helps you budget, right? We won't be worrying, we won't be like wondering what happened to the money. We're going to plan exactly what's going to happen. We're going to plan for how much we're going to make, and we're going to plan about how and control how much we're going to spend. And a budget lets us do that, right? When income and expenses are properly organized, it's easier to review what has happened and to get control of it so that it happens right in accordance to what we had planned for ourselves, right? And then number three, it helps us with business analysis. We use bookkeeping and the output from the bookkeeping system as a tool to analyze how our business financially performed during a given time period, whether that's a month, quarter, or a year, okay? And then we can do two things. We can course correct if anything didn't happen as we planned, or two, we can see that it totally worked and we can lean more into what worked. But what tells us that? What tells us that is looking at the bookkeeping, because that's what tracks all the money we make and all the money that we spend. Okay, so what are your options, right? When it comes to bookkeeping systems, what are our options out there? There are two types, two types, okay? You have an Excel-based bookkeeping system or a cloud-based, okay? Excel or cloud-based. And let's get into the details of both of those. When we're looking at Excel-based, this can be a spreadsheet. It can be made in the actual Excel program, or it can be maintained in the cloud, so online, right? An example of that is Google Sheets, or if you are a Mac or iOS user, I believe they call it Numbers, okay? But that is what an Excel-based bookkeeping system is. When you have this type of system, you're going to be manually recording all the money you've made and all the money you spent. So like literally, you'll be going to this Excel file or this Google Sheet, and you'll be typing in every single receipt or sale that you made within your business. And then you'll also be typing in everything that you spent money on, okay? Now, as you can imagine, this can be time consuming. If you're just starting out, maybe it's not that big of a deal because the transactions within your business aren't that voluminous. But as you tend to grow and your books begin to fill up and you get just more clients and you have more transactions, it could be a bit time consuming to go and record all those transactions in there, okay? This is good for smaller new businesses because you don't need any software and you may have a low volume of transaction, and all this stuff is relatively free, okay? So this is good in those instances, but just keep in mind, it is time consuming. So it's only up to date. It's only up to date as long as you are going in and manually updating it. Also, it can be prone to error, right? One slip of the finger on the wrong number, and it's all of a sudden everything is incorrect. And those errors can be somewhat hard to find, hard and time consuming to find. Here is an example of an Excel-based bookkeeping system, okay? This is a spreadsheet. I have also put this template, I have also put this template in Google Sheets before, so I know that it also works as a Google Sheet online if you want to keep it online. But this is an example of what that would look like. You can see here, there is a row for every single transaction. You see you got the date there, the type of payment that was received or given, the name of the client or the name of the vendor you paid, a description as to what it was, and then how much it costs. You will also notice that it is categorizing, right? So for example, if this is money you made, we're going to categorize that as a sale, right? Versus if it's money you spent on these individual things, we're telling it, oh, well, this was for phone, or this was for paying a salary to one of our workers, or this was for a bank charge from our business bank account or something like that. So again, you are manually putting all this information you see here. Someone has typed that in there, okay? So you can get a good glimpse of what that will look like, and if that's something sustainable for you, all right? Now let's talk about a cloud-based accounting system. And what I mean by that is maintained in the cloud, or is maintained online, and you're accessing it via the internet. Okay. These types of systems, think of this like your QuickBooks, your Xero, spelled Xero, your FreshBooks, your NetSuite, okay? When you have a cloud-based accounting system, because it is maintained online, and normally it does involve some type of software, these accounting records are updated automatically. So it really does minimize the occurrence of errors. And for the most part, it is staying up to date real time. So you'll be able to go into the system and look at it at any given time and be able to see how much you've made or how much you have spent, okay? Now, it does require some learning curve to learn how that particular software platform works. It does require you to be a little bit tech savvy, okay? But you'll reap the benefits at learning that learning curve, or learning how to use technology just a little bit to get those real-time results from your accounting system, and knowing that little to no error is happening because it's so automated, right? There's no need for any manual input, okay? Here's an example of QuickBooks. Here at Coleman Tax in our firm, we exclusively use QuickBooks for all of our clients. And the awesome thing about QuickBooks, like I said, it connects to your business bank account. So you can see here's a screenshot of the main dashboard of a QuickBooks account. This is a demo account. On the right side, you'll see a listing of accounts or business accounts. You can connect your accounts and it'll do a lot of the heavy lifting all on its own, right? And that's how it stays up to date for the most part, okay? It does a lot of that categorization all on its own, right? You have to go in, obviously, and make sure it's correct and check it, that it's categorized the way you would like it. But initially, it does it all on its own, okay? But again, this is just, a snippet of what a cloud-based accounting system, that dashboard will look like, and the type of information that you'll be able to see at a glance at any point in time, because it is updated, real time, as long as your connections to your accounts stay active. All right. Here's my pep talk about your bookkeeping choice, because I get that question a lot. Which one should I choose? Honestly, I'm going to tell you to choose whichever one you're going to keep up with. Do it. I don't want to push QuickBooks on you or any other cloud-based system on you, because if you're going to just invest in it, but not do anything with it, then what was it all for? Compare that to if you're comfortable with an Excel sheet and you routinely go use that every single day, every week, every month, every quarter. That's something that's more sustainable to you. Because like I said before, your bookkeeping system is only as good as you maintaining it, right? And so I want you to choose whatever is good for you, okay? Whatever is good for you, whatever you can keep up with, whatever you can sustain on a regular basis, okay? Here are our two options side by side. We got Excel-based and then we got cloud-based, all right? Remember, with Excel, it's free for the most part, and it's very easy to learn, all right? The design and the format can be anything you want it to be, because remember, you can design your own Excel spreadsheet to track all money in, money out, or you can invest in a souped up template. You can go and you can purchase a template that has already been created, already made. There are also a lot of free versions out there, both in Excel and in Google Sheets, okay? Remember though, it is more manual, it's more time consuming, and it's prone to error because you're doing it manually, and there's no automation. There is currently no automation, and so it's not scalable. The more you grow, the more voluminous your transactions get every month, the more challenging it will be to sustain. Let's compare that to the cloud-based system. QuickBooks, I'm going to talk to specifically because that's what we use. It does have budget-friendly options. QuickBooks is not free, okay? But they have so many different tiers and plans. They have some as low as, $30 a month, and it goes up from there. But they have a lot of budget-friendly options and tons of training and support for you to learn that platform, okay? It has a very friendly interface, and all of the information that I showed you on the previous slide, that's all stuff that everyone is interested in and knowing holistically how the business is doing financially, okay? Those cloud-based type system also can integrate with a lot of different systems. So we can integrate with Square if you're using Square. It can integrate with Gloss Genius or Vagaro or Pocket Suite or all of the other scheduling. It can integrate with all of that, okay? And then it's totally scalable. So no matter how big you can get into the millions of dollars of revenue and you can still benefit, right? You can still benefit from using a cloud-based system, accounting system in your business. So here's our take action. My take action for you right now is to make a preliminary decision as to what bookkeeping system may be right for you in your beauty business. Given the information that I just gave you today, which one do you think you kind of want to go explore a bit more and dig deeper into to see if that's what you want to implement into tracking all money in and all money out of your business, okay? Remember the two things, the reasons why bookkeeping is important. Our money is not happenstance, we plan for it, okay? Bookkeeping can be used to create a budget so we can tell our money where it's gonna go and not let it just go where it wants, because, you know, we're gonna track it and we're gonna maintain and control it. And then third, we're gonna look at our numbers. We're gonna keep track of our numbers, all money in, all money out via the bookkeeping system. And then we can look at that and use that information as tools as to what we should be doing in our business to achieve our money goals. So hopefully that was helpful.